agenda. We're going to be talking about all the showcases that happened over the past week and a half, 2 weeks, and our thoughts and processes and what we're very, very excited about to talk. But like I said, welcome to the podcast. Welcome back, and everyone. These are my co-stars, Matt and Colin. I am Max. These are my co-stars, Matt.
Your audio doubled up. Yep, there you go.
No. Yeah, I found it. I found it.
I feel like that sometimes.
But, like I said, so I think we're gonna, like we said earlier, we're gonna start with the Xbox showcase and just where we're at with that, and everyone, we can go from there. Matt, I know you're more of the Xbox person, so let's start with you. How did you rate and feel about the Xbox showcase?
Honestly, being the console guy, I am super excited for what Xbox is doing. I think the path forward for console, at least in the Xbox world, looks great. I'm super, super excited because I'm not ever going to fully leave console world. The exclusives coming back strong. And obviously we'll touch on this later, but Gears E-Day being console only, no PC people, is wild. And I think there was what, 3 other ones that were console only, is mind blowing. I think that's a huge step, really pushing forward in the console world. And then the stuff that came out this week that Xbox said that they're not going to be $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 consoles. Because that's not realistic for the everyday person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that came out Thursday or Friday. She said that, and I think that's huge. I think that is absolutely huge, and that's, I know, something off air you and I have talked about over and over and over again, is the console pricing. So I'm super, super excited. I'm really stoked for this next generation, Project Helix. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I heard that. And Colin, what about you? I know you haven't watched all the showcases, but I do believe you said you did watch the Xbox showcase.
I did watch the Xbox One. The one thing that just stood out to me was, like, they're wanting to focus more on exclusives, which is definitely, I think, would help this console, because they've been, I would say, struggling to really keep an audience, or just, I don't know, they put their eggs in too many baskets that don't even belong to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with this is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. I thought that was really cool at the time, but now looking at it from like a bigger perspective of, it's really nice for all the gamers, but it's also not gonna be an everlasting business model. I think we can all unfortunately agree with that.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I think we saw that. I think that's where we're at with that right now. Is that area? It's just not the business model that's going to sustain successfulness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My question to y'all is, how are y'all feeling? Of course, during that specific showcase that we saw, Gears of War E-Day is an exclusive to the Xbox console, but the new remake of Halo is not. That is coming everywhere, and I was honestly super surprised by that. I thought they would just be like, all right, well, we have this new Halo, we have a new Gears of War, these are the staples, these are like the pillars of what people would consider Xbox. And I was like, oh, for sure, since that's now an exclusive, and since they opened with that, I was like, oh, okay, Halo's 100% going to be an exclusive. And now it's not. So I'm wondering if the next new Halo is going to be exclusive.
I think it has to be. Especially with the 25th anniversary console. That the
yeah.
transparent green, which tickled me in all the right ways. I think Halo almost has to be exclusive the new one. I get why it made this one because it's a remake. Some of it. I think it's good that it's not, but I think also projecting that being that they redid it from the ground up, redid the graphics, added new quest and campaign missions.
Yeah, the 3 brand new campaign missions taking place like a year before.
I think doing that actually is a smart business decision for the Halo franchise, but also Xbox, because if they push the next game as an exclusive and they're going to be selling sub $1,200 consoles, that's a home run for people that are PlayStation and PC people that are like, I want to keep playing Halo. Like one of my friends, I was with him last weekend, and we were talking about. He was like, "Man, I kind of want to get just like an old Xbox or an Xbox 360 and just play the original Halo." And he's been a PlayStation guy for forever and ever and ever. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure you do. Once you dive into Halo, you kind of can't get away from it. I get it."
Yeah, and I think it's really exciting. I can't remember exactly if they talked about it right then and there, or if there was a news like a link talking about it. What is it? I'm trying to think of, what do you write? Anyway,
words on paper.
Words on paper, basically. But basically like a document saying that, like, one, we do know that the campaign is 4-player co-op. It's no longer just 2 players. So like that's super exciting, and with it coming to PlayStation, it's obviously, it has to be crossplay, because that would make no sense.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting to know that we're going to be able to go through Halo with just everybody that we want to go through Halo with again. But they did not mention multiplayer at all. So I'm super curious, like, are they going to launch this Halo without multiplayer?
I don't know, because if you go back and look at the Halo trailer, it looks like there's some snippets of multiplayer, and I really want to dissect that, and I will have to do that later and kind of unpiece it to see, because it looked like there was going to be not, I don't want to say like a battle royale type mode, but there's definitely something in there.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to go look and see if there was any information, and we can figure it up later. But if there was any more information about any multiplayer stuff, if there's anything coming out besides just a 4-player co-op. Colin, where are you at on Halo? Like, are you excited for it, or is it just kind of like, here we go again, not really feeling? Where are you at?
I do love the first game and 2 and 3. Anything past that, I never touched, and I've kind of fallen off the Halo bandwagon of sorts.
Fair.
It looked good. I mean, it's still 343 Studios, which is, like,
yeah.
a lot of people are not happy with them.
Yeah, I feel like every time we have, like, and this also goes with the Coalition too, of just like being a Gears fan for so long and watching them with that, of like they hit a lot of highs, and they hit a lot of like, oh, this looks great, this feels great, and then it just like falls apart when you get to like the end and stuff. Also, you should play Reach if you've never played.
Oh, I did play Reach. I did like Reach.
Reach.
Yeah.
Reach is great. But I have a lot of hope for it, at least for the campaign, just because I have so many memories with that campaign, and that was so fun for me.
You and I spent hours and hours and days. You and I back then put the amount of hours that people are putting into like Tarkov and ARC right now on this.
But I am excited for Halo. I'm excited to play it. I'm excited that it is day one with Game Pass. Like, I'm glad that it seems like Game Pass is still the correct way to go, especially when you have the higher tier, which is now $22, which is it's only an $8 deduction, but I feel like that $8 goes a long way. But one thing I did notice that no one's talking about, we don't know if Call of Duty Modern Warfare is going to be day one Game Pass. And speculation station, I don't think it's gonna be on Game Pass day one. I think it's going to be a game that we have to buy.
I think so too. I do think that as well.
I think they talked about having Call of Duty, or at least one of those, as you have to buy first.
Yeah, I think I think it's the only way they can justify dropping the Game Pass price, because that's the entire reason they, everything jumped up so terribly, is because it was, how much? A couple $1 billion. What was it? $10 billion or something like that when they bought Activision. Just something crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But
I'm going to tell you what, though, and I know we'll come back to it. I know, but I'm sitting here looking at the Modern Warfare 4 page right now, and I am beside myself how absolutely freaking excited I am about this. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Continue.
Well, I was gonna say, we've kind of gotten our feelings about Halo out. Let's go ahead and jump into the Modern Warfare 4 thing. Of the more, I haven't looked a whole lot into it. I've looked a little bit, just kind of grabbing pieces and stuff.
Would you like me to play the trailer?
No, it's all right.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you could probably answer this question for me. This isn't the remake of like our Modern Warfare 4, right?
So,
this is a sequel to their Modern Warfare 3 into Modern Warfare 4.
I dove into this for the past week and everything. Watching everything from developers. Basically, they did the same thing that Gears of War did. They came out and said, okay, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and this is what we're using, blah, 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 whatever. So, no, Modern Warfare 4 and DMZ are both completely remastered. They're going back to how Modern Warfare 2 and 3 used to be. It's no crazy movement. You're not zipping around the map and you're sliding all over the place. You're going back to traditional milsim game with revamped, more realistic type body movement. The DMZ is an extraction-based team game. I don't have a whole lot of info on the actual Modern Warfare gameplay yet itself. But I do know one thing that they did change up on this, which I am super, super, super excited for, because it's going to change a lot, especially in the ways of hackers and cheaters, is there is no bloom on any of the rifles. Right. Yeah, they're going back to a traditional projectile, no bloom, but the forced recoil is very, very lifelike. They actually went out into a field, used real life weapons, and recorded everything. How the person moves when they shoot, how their body reacts, how the gun reacts, the bullet trajectory, all of that is all like real world based. And that's why I'm so excited about it, because it is going to bring back a much more realistic feeling game. And I don't even know. It's gonna go back to feeling like how Modern Warfare, like 2019.
Like what we were playing on a regular basis back when we were younger and not nearly as old men's ours. I am super excited. I won't say super excited, but I am very interested in playing DMZ, because like the few times that I remember playing DMZ on I can't even really say old, but like the more recent Call of Duties, it didn't really grab me like that, because I also didn't really understand it. Like I don't know if it's completely different now, of like, no, this is their extraction base, versus if the old DMZ was like that. I was more just like, oh, this is a PvE uh battle royale mode to where like you can kind of just jump in and have fun, and you can kill other people, sure, but like it's not the same as the battle royale. So I'm definitely more interested in it this time, and I'm more willing to try it out because like I know you and I have talked about this off air and stuff of like I do enjoy extraction shooters. Are they like my number one game type? No, but like I'll play them.
I want you to know, like, I know this is a topic for another time or later or whatever, but like talking about extraction shooters and the ways of things right now, like I've dipped out of Arc Raiders a smidge bit, um, and I've stuck my pinky because I know how much I've been told over and over how much time Escape from Tarkov involves. And
Right.
I've literally just basically looked at the water. I haven't even put my toe in the water yet, and
Right.
it's I'm excited to see, looking at my list of all the stuff, but everything that's coming out at the end of this year, beginning of next year. I think we have a lot of good stuff coming out.
Yeah, I am. Even going into early next year, I'm certainly excited about what we have. Colin, you've never struck me as a Call of Duty gamer.
No.
Is there? Do you have any interest in playing the new Call of Duty, or are you just kind of like, nah, fuck that?
I have like no interest.
Do you want me to play the trailer for you?
I do like older war games like Battlefield 1942.
Yeah.
And things like that. But anything modern, I don't know, it doesn't get me.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Completely fair.
Why? Well, let me ask you why. Why is that though? What doesn't grab you about it? Is it too unlifelike? Too like, okay, the guys out in the field, the Green Berets, the Navy SEALs, or the whoever, the frontline guys are just
maybe
not.
it's the mechanics about it. Like there's a lot of sliding and stuff like that. I don't know. It's hard to explain because I do like the 2142 Battlefield, which it's the future with mechs and stuff. It's like, so maybe it's more like this is modern. It's now, but so it's like, and then but.
Did you ever play Titanfall?
I can't get this point across.
Yeah, did you play Titanfall?
I did not play Titanfall. I played 2, I think, a little bit when it was on sale.
I love Titanfall 2. That's one of my jams. I love that game.
I still think Titanfall.
Is it Apex Legends? So it's like a spinoff.
Yeah.
I played that briefly, and
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I loved Titanfall 1. It's not that I didn't love Titanfall 2 as much. I just didn't enjoy the change in the mechanics as much as I liked the openness and customization of one. Of like, they didn't have the class. They had the class system, but they didn't at the same time in the first one. Of like, you can change anything to this one class, and that's just like whatever you want your loadout to be is what your loadout's going to be. And then 2, they changed it a little more like, oh, okay, well, only this class has like the grappling hook, so you can't really change anything with that, or certain Titans only have certain guns. And I was like, I'm just not for that. That's not my thing. More power to the people that like it. It's just not me. But so jumping from the Call of Duty thing, one thing I'm very excited about, I know Colin's probably a little more developer oriented than Matt. No offense, but Toys for Bob. If anyone knows anything about Toys for Bob, they are the creators of Crash Bandicoot Trilogy and Crash 4. They also did the Spyro trilogy remake. Now, when Activision got bought, Toys for Bob got put on the back end of going into Call of Duty development. And that's very, very sad because it's a great studio. They are like a childhood studio for all of us, creating these type of worlds that we all grew up with. I recently found out that they actually are taking back their independence so that they don't have to work for Call of Duty. and like make Call of Duty content. They're still like I have to get more details, but I still think they're owned by Microsoft, but they're trying to get back their independence, which is why we now have Spyro 4. Matt,
Sorry.
you're muted. Or you
No.
just clapped very
No,
quietly.
I aggressively peaked my mic. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I am beside myself over Spyro because if my memory serves me right, that was the very first video game I ever played.
Really?
As far back as I can remember, that is what I started on. Besides maybe like Duck Hunt on NES.
That's fair.
But like that was the first like campaign game, story-based game, because I'll never forget it. I played on a TV in my bedroom, and Max, you remember that windowsill. It was the TV that Granddad used to put in our van for road trips. That's what I played on my Sega.
Yeah.
It was like a 13-inch TV. Fun fact, I learned this last night. I know this is completely off topic, but we were talking. Me and a few friends were talking about Spyro. Did you know the Sega Genesis has better graphics than a PlayStation, I think, 3? A Sega Genesis is...
You mean like processing power wise?
No, a Sega Genesis will broadcast on a 4K HD resolution.
Huh.
I learned that last night. Fact check me, make sure I'm right. I'm not 100. I have not fact checked it myself, but that's what I was told. And
we're gonna have an episode where we deep dive into stuff like this. That sounds like a fun episode.
Yeah, because that if that was the case, that was eons ahead of its time.
Yeah. Colin's actively checking right now. He's got his thinking face on. But yeah, like I'm super excited because like I was so sad because like I follow video game news and what's just going on in the industry pretty closely. This week I haven't just because I've been at work. It's been a crazy week. We have stuff going on outside. Blah 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 blah.
You had to touch grass. We get it.
Yeah, we had to touch grass. But once I heard that, I was so excited about that because I'm not the biggest Crash guy, but like you, because you were my brother, like I did play Spyro growing up, having no idea what the hell I was doing. But I enjoyed just being a little dragon running around and burning sheep to a crisp.
Oh man, it's so much fun.
God, I just loved it so much. And I'm so excited that they're like, no, we're making a stand. I know, like, as a studio and the studio head is like, we're making a stand. We're going to make the games that we love. And I respect that so much in the industry right now that is just feed everything to the big games that everyone's just trying to make all the time. Like to have Toy for Bob's just being like, nope, we're going to break off. We're going to go do this. We're going to be successful with it because it's Spyro. Like Crash did super well. Crash 4, I believe, did moderately well as well. Like, there's definitely an audience. And one thing I want to go back and, like, wonder, I know it's a rare product, but if we could get, like, a Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, like, official remakes like we did with Spyro 1, 2, and 3 and the Crash 1, 2, 3, I would lose my mind. Because I have so much fun memories of playing Banjo-Kazooie and just that entire world and just going around with that. That's what I really am excited for. And I'm really hoping we get that eventually. But it is Rare. Rare's doing God knows what right now. I know they're working on something. But oh yeah, that's right. They do. They are on season 23 of Sea of Thieves. They're just constantly coming out of content, but good for them.
Yeah. I want to touch a little bit on all of what we've covered because you're talking about retro games and stuff like this. So when I was watching the Xbox showcase, I was trying to finish it up this morning, and Bob's Case was sitting on the couch with me, and we were kind of watching this, and he was like, "Wow," he was like. Talking about Gears, and he is very, very excited to dive into Gears now, which I think is really cool. But talking about
Yeah.
DMZ, talking about Fallout, talking about Join Us, and then Clockwork, which I'm super stoked for that too. That looks really cool. But all of these games really captured him, mind you. I mean, he's 10. He'll be 11 next month.
Yeah.
And all of those captured him. And I'm sitting here, I'm processing what we're talking about, and this just hit me. Xbox and all of these games have done a fantastic job of capturing the new generation by going back to what we grew up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because even he was like, he's like, I can't with Call of Duty. He hates we'll play multiplayer Call of Duty every once in a while, but he's like, I hate it. It's too much. It's too much to think about. It's too much to do. It's that everybody's moving, and it's just like that with a lot of games. And I'm like, okay, that's in the fact that he's captured tells you that they're doing something right.
Yeah, I think this is I'm a variety gamer. I game on everything that I could possibly game on. And I think it's very apparent, besides with me having an ADHD problem, of the reason I don't play certain games anymore is because I stopped having fun with them. And at the baseline of any video game, I think everyone here can agree, like, video games are supposed to be fun. We're supposed to have fun. Like, Colin and I have this game. Colin, I'm going to say the name wrong, and you have to help me because I'm an idiot. Spratrat? Straftat. This is by
Bet you can't
far,
say it again.
Fuck off. But this is probably, and like, it's usually just me and him playing, right? Like, it's just the two of us.
Right.
And it is the most ridiculous game, but it is so much fun. It is an arena shooter where you go pick up guns or weapons or katanas or knives or a baseball bat, and you just kill each other. It's round based. Once everyone's dead, next round. And you can have as many rounds as you want. You can do whatever, and it's all are they procedurally generated maps, or
No, they're all handcrafted maps.
So they're all handcrafted maps, but there's like hundreds of them.
That's awesome.
And it's fast paced, it's awesome, and it's just fun. And I know if we got like, I can't imagine playing that game with like 8 people because it would just be chaos.
So
which is awesome.
I'm gonna tickle in on this because I like I said, I took a little break from ARC this week. I also played Body Cam.
Mm-hmm.
I will stream it later tonight on my accounts. But that game tickled every fancy of ADHD that I didn't realize I still needed that little switch clicked. It's so fast. It's crazy. I mean, it's very realistic. It's hyper realistic. If somebody points a shotgun at you, you're just getting folded up across the room.
Right.
It's great fun, and it's not a huge game. But it is so much fun. You take like Modern Warfare 2 gun game, put it in first person, make it hyper realistic, and that's what you have. But the movement's like realistic movement. It's a lot of fun. I think y'all should definitely try that.
We might have to.
I'll put on my wish list right now.
But I think that, I mean, like I said, I could go on about Gears all day, and I guess I'll touch a little bit about it. As a huge Gears head, my initial reaction, no faux pas, just 100% reaction, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? I was like, it looks like Gears. It sounds like Gears, but the movement's wrong, and the running's weird. And then I really kind of like, I stopped taking it like, okay, I'm being an old Gears head. I'm being faithful to like what I know Gears as. And the more I watched it, the more I got excited, because this is a franchise, as much as I love it, it does need to evolve.
I think them
because
using UE5 was a epic step in the right direction for the Gears franchise.
it was. I don't. If you want to have a little insight, you should go watch their little like 30-minute developer uh insight that
already
they did.
I already did.
Yeah, and like understanding like they built this from the ground up with no
Starting over
like
from scratch.
starting
Yeah.
completely over from scratch, which is super interesting and super exciting, but it's also very scary for the people who really, really love Gears. Because we've gotten so used, this game has been the same relatively since 2006.
Yep.
But
At
as
least
I
you're
keep
not
going-
going in the opposite direction like all of us Call of Duty fans, where they did progress,
Yeah.
just they took a left turn instead of the right turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's also the thing is like I think the story's going to be fantastic. I think the campaign's going to be fantastic. I think horde mode is going to be amazingly popular. The PvP we're just going to have to wait and see because they didn't show us any of it. So we don't know if I can't imagine that they would have a completely different movement system in multiplayer like how it is like I'm going to say a thing that you probably will but won't understand it like there's no wall bouncing. Like
Yeah.
as much as like everyone knows Gears is a cover-based shooter, but people also don't understand how mechanically difficult the game is as a movement shooter.
So
And
I
not
think
movement.
I think, and I can dive in on this because I dabble in UE5, you know, and watching that trailer, watching the development team do their dissection and their whole thing about it. If you look at, say, Fortnite, Arc Raiders, every other game that's built in UE5, even Dead by Daylight's a good example too. The movement mechanics of all of those, like it took me a hot second when I was watching the trailer for it, and I was like, wait, I know this movement. And then, of course, I watched the developers, and I'm like, oh, this all makes sense. And I think once you, being that you are such an old head Gears guy, you're going to go into this, and it's going to feel natural. Then it may not your very first 5-10 minutes, but it's going to feel natural because UE5 is so big. So many developers are using UE5.
Yeah.
But also, I think too the gameplay style, the movement is exactly because it is. I've watched you play this over the years. I've watched you play Gears so much that is what the PvP needed to progress.
100%. And I will. It's one of those things of like, it's exactly what I think we need, but it's also, change is scary. Like that's exactly what the scenario is. It's like it needs to evolve. It needs to have a bigger crowd, and we need to be able to move forward with the franchise if we want the franchise to succeed. But it's also just scary. You know what I mean?
I mean, look at all the other games like that weren't crazy successful because they didn't
exactly.
Arc Raiders is, and of course everyone knows Arc is my main right now. I love Arc. I love it so much, but also I am at an impasse with Arc right now. It is like opening a bag of chips that you just took out of the pantry and they're stale.
Stale. Yep.
They're damn near limp. I hate to say it like that, but being that like I was so diehard on the PvE in the beginning of that game, and now it's like the PvE is just kind of the PvE.
Yeah,
I would rather just go PvP, but I think we're getting way off the showcase. I'll say this piece and I won't say anymore. I think a large part of why a lot of the first and third person shooters are the way they are right now is because COD fumbled so bad, and Gears Gears is behind. And all of our other shooter games are just little indie games. And then Arc Raiders came out, and that's the next best high movement, but still semi-realistic shooter game. And PvP took over the war, took it over. So
I don't really. I think, Xbox is kind of right now the biggest thing on the market just because that showcase was so well portrayed. It did a lot for Xbox as a whole. But I'd like to, I know, Matt, you probably didn't, but I'd like to move on a little bit to the Nintendo Direct that happened this past Saturday?
I have not seen
Friday?
that, so that's your world.
Tuesday. So there's only real 3 big games that I really want to talk about that I'm excited for. One is they announced a new Final Fantasy game that is in the HD 2D like remake genre, and I'm super duper excited for that just because honestly I've been waiting for like a Final Fantasy 6 HD 2D remake or like something within that like real art style. I know they recently had like the remakes that they did that are like super nice and better fancy, but knowing that this is a brand new Final Fantasy game in that I'm super excited to dive into that. I'm a little weirded out by you can summon the other Final Fantasy heroes because like that seems like such a, I know it's not hopefully going to be, but it seems like such a gotcha mechanic from like mobile Final Fantasy games. But where's your excitement on that, Colin? Like, how do you feel about it? Is there anything other than that you're excited about besides like the last 2 big announcements of that direct?
Specifically Final Fantasy. I do like the HD 2D stuff. I don't know if I'll play it
It's fair.
because I was like having time for RPGs nowadays is really
Yeah.
nice. I haven't beaten the Rebirth yet, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, and I love FF7.
Oh, I forgot. Oh
And
god.
I still have Expedition 33 to play and all this for RPGs. I just, it's hard to,
There's a lot of video
Time
games
for it.
out there.
yeah. And then the only thing I can say about it is like if you're going to do this with a new Final Fantasy, do you think we can get like FF6 done in a HD 2D if they're not going to remake it?
Yeah, because I know they had that like the 1 through 6 pack that are like the remakes of the game.
They're like mobile ports, just kind of
Yeah, just put together. They're a little like cleaned up, but I think specifically 6. Like I know people love 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but like if I ever talk to anyone about, like everyone, a majority of people is like, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? It's going to be Final Fantasy 7. But also the amount of people that have Final Fantasy 6 as like their GOAT because of what it was and what it did. I was like, as a Final Fantasy game I've never experienced, I've never played, and I really want to play it. But I've been really holding off to see if I should just play the because the 1 through 6 is now on Xbox Game Pass. So I was like, well, I could just download 6 on the Xbox, play it on the big TV in the living room, and just enjoy it the way I feel like it should be enjoyed and not on my little computer screen where I play mostly multiplayer games. But I'm super excited to have a new Final Fantasy. I just love Final Fantasy. It's just my RPG series that I will always play. But I'm at least, I think that's going to be one of those games I'm really going to wait to see what everyone thinks about it, review it. I know the art style is going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. But I want to see if there's the gacha mechanics because I don't want to buy a game at 60, $70, especially a Final Fantasy game. And they're like, oh, well, you can pay 99 cents to get Cloud or Tifa or, like just going down that line. I'd much rather just not do that.
Hopefully it's just like a fan service thing where it's like,
I'm really hoping it is.
like to get people to buy this one if you're wanting more that's not 3D. Like,
yeah,
we got your characters, come over here and play with them.
Exactly. the second big announcement, what I thought was crazy, we got a Kingdom Hearts 4 gameplay trailer for the Nintendo Switch 2. And knowing, Matt, I know you probably have heard of Kingdom Hearts. I know you don't probably know a whole lot about Kingdom Hearts.
I don't.
That has been specifically a PlayStation exclusive for like as long as I can remember. And the fact that we got a PlayStation Direct like 4 or 5 days before the Nintendo event, and that they didn't have it at all is such a huge surprise to me, and I'm so happy for Kingdom Hearts fans because love Kingdom Hearts. Not the biggest into it, but like I know they take their time and it takes forever for these games to come out. So I'm super excited about that. This makes me want to go play 1, 2, and 3 to like catch up, because I've started playing Kingdom Hearts 1 probably 4 or 5 different times, and I always get further each time I go in. So I need to just like sit down, clear a calendar event, and just play it.
1 and 2 are really good, I think.
Yeah. So one thing I will say about the trailer, if anyone wants to go and watch, Sora has normal size shoes on. He doesn't have the gigantic shoes. But that's all I really got to say about that. That's cool. It's exciting. That was one of those really big announcements, and I couldn't not talk about it. But the final announcement that I think broke the internet a little bit, even though it wasn't a super long trailer, but it hit all the right notes, is the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time official remake. And I would be lying to everyone if I told y'all I was not jumping up and down in the living room freaking out about this.
That tickled a lot of people's hearts our age.
Yeah, if like the moment that it's just like, oh, it's like okay, it's Hyrule, it's Zelda, we know what it's gonna be, and then you hear the notes, and then it just everything that I've played that game so many times. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite all-time video games forever and ever and always. That puts such a different perspective of this is what video games are about for me, of just the excitement. Like this brought me back to E3 era of I'm just nothing besides Gears. There's nothing else on my mind besides that video game. I've already decided. I've already talked to the wife. I'm like, I'm taking probably 3 or 4 days off of work to just play this game.
You'll beat it in 1 day.
Yeah, probably. Honestly.
Yeah, because he'll just binge it. He'll have a case of Red Bulls, Starbucks on DoorDash.
I'm gonna have like 3, 4, 5 pizzas just sitting next to me. I gotta get my pizza rolls. I gotta have my Mountain Dew, like
fuel.
Yeah, like completely,
man.
like like Amanda already knows. Like I took the day off for the Gears of War release. Like when the releases, I'll be there day 1, but like. Ocarina of Time is going to be a game that I'm taking off work because I want to experience it. And I don't know if Ocarina is as special to y'all as it is to me, but that was like I played A Link to the Past and I love Link to Past, but Ocarina of the Time was like the first Zelda game where I got lost in that world.
You did, and that was mainly because of Mom.
Yeah, 100%. She forgot me at school because of that game. But talk to me. Tell me where y'all are at in this. What does this do for you? Matt, I know you're not like the hugest Zelda guy, but I know you've been around the block with it at least a few times.
Yeah, me and Mom may or may not have both been playing the day that you got left at school.
That's completely fucked, by the way. So
I don't think I've ever told you that in 41 years. I don't think I've ever told you that
Oh yeah, I forgot you're
was
that old.
Yeah, I don't think that ever came up. I think I dodged that until this very moment in time. That it was me and her both playing that day. Anyway, moving on. I'm stoked. Again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier about the developers going back and bringing stuff back that made video games what they were into today, and they realizing like, hey, it's not broke. We didn't need to fix it. It just needs to evolve up the smidge. Just do a little polish here and there. Add a couple of new things. You know, it's like going to get your hair cut. You're not shaving your head or putting on a wig. Just stop. Anyway, moving. You're just getting a trim to make it look neat and clean again. Or you're just getting a style done, or if you're a female or whatever, you're getting a color done. You're getting your roots touched up, whatever. You know, you're getting spruced up a little bit, and I think that's, and I see that with a lot of the games. I see a lot of stuff. Minecraft Dungeons 2. I'm super happy to see that coming because that is something that I will definitely play. Yeah, that looks super fire, actually.
Yeah, The Wolf Among Us 2 also got announced. I know, Matt, you probably don't give two flying hoots about that, but that was a game that I played that I was super excited about. But back to Zelda, of just like, I know you don't have a Switch 2, but like, would you ever consider buying a Switch 2? Wait, do you have a Switch 2? Oh God, he has a Switch 2. I was unaware of this. Nice. So, okay, with that being said, do you think this is like? Do you think you would buy this to sit down and play it and go through it? Like,
I'm definitely buying. Because
fuck yeah.
Like, I may not have the sentiment and as much excitement as you do about it, but I am beside myself. Yes, because I want to go back and relive that, just like I do half these other games that are coming back out. Yeah. Is it at the very forefront of my list? Spyro's number 1. Sorry, Halo.
No, that's completely fair.
Sorry, Halo 2. Like that hurts my soul to say, but Spyro's gonna come first. I can't not, dude. I love that stupid little dragon so much.
Well, Colin, where are you at? Where's like how hype or how excited are you for Ocarina? Like, where are you at? Are you at my level of just like foaming at the mouth?
Not at your level, but if it was like a Majora's Mask announcement, I would totally be at that level. But I do love Ocarina of Time. Like, it's up there in the top 3 of Zelda's.
Yeah.
And having 10 years of the Breath of the Wild formula and going back to this is such a relief.
Yeah, it's like
it's not Zelda. I like them. They're not Zelda to me. Ocarina of Time is Zelda.
Yep.
And so I'm very happy for that. And I wish Danny didn't spoil it for me that she was watching and I was at work and she texted me.
That's what you were
New Zelda. And I'm like,
yeah, I think it was God. I think it was really interesting.
It was like too, that people are talking about how there's like
going
to be announced, but
yeah, like I was honestly just waiting for them to announce it because I mean we're in the 40th year of Zelda.
Yeah.
So like I was like, they're either gonna announce it or if they don't announce it this year, it's never ever gonna be a thing. Like it would break my heart. I would cry and do all the nonchalant stuff of just forever broken. But I will always play the original.
I honestly thought they were just gonna port the 3DS remakes over.
There were a lot. I was
just make it more graphically better,
and
then just ship it out, and then have both Majora and Ocarina of Time as like a collection or something.
Yeah,
I would have been totally happy because I do like the.
That's the buzz cut of what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, like the 3D remake, I love the 3D remake because it was such a classical. Like it's just Ocarina, just better. You know, it just looks better. It's the way I remember Ocarina from back in the day, and I'm now super interested because like if they see enough success with this, because it is Ocarina, and Ocarina, like you said, does have a direct sequel of Majora's Mask. I wonder if we may get a remake in the same sense as that, as where we are now getting um a full remake of Majora's Mask, and like how cool that would be. Because I'd be all over that with you. I love Majora's Mask. I'm very bad at Majora's Mask, but I love Majora's Mask. So I don't know. I'm super excited about it. That music is just amazing. That set so much apart for me.
Let me ask this, because this is kind of obviously the forefront of our podcast. Looking at everything, all the showcases, all the games, the average gamer is not going to go out and get all the games that we're going to get. I mean, we're
100%.
not going to get them all at the same time anyway. Because I mean, my list is just on the Xbox world is obviously Gears, Modern Warfare 4, Spyro, Halo, Fallout 76. That almost looked like I want more to come out on that, because that looked like an extraction shooter for Fallout, which really tickles me. I like that. And then of course, Join Us, the Cult Simulator, which I think is gonna
That looks hilarious.
dude. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I cannot wait to play that with some friends. That's gonna be amazing. It's going to be stupid funny. Love that. But then
Yeah, that should definitely be a game night for sure.
oh, absolutely. And then Clockwork Revolution. That looked really, really, really good. That's my top tier games for me this year and next. But what the average world, what are we going to go spend our money on? What game, if we're not paying for Game Pass, if we're just using Steam, obviously, Colin, let's start with you. What are you going to go get first? What is the only one you're going to get? What's your focus?
Come on. Of the ones listed.
Or just all of them. I mean, any of the Xbox showcase. Like, what's your path?
It's my path. I have weird ones here. I want the Rayman Legends Retold remake.
Ooh.
And I want the Big Walk, the Friend Slop game.
Yeah, I actually sent that to a friend of mine. She's super excited, and now that I know it's crossplay and you can have just a ton of friends on it, seems like just a fun time.
I want the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee remake.
I'm awesome. Would you get that for the Switch, or do you think you're gonna get that for? I forgot what all it's coming to. I know it's on Switch because that's where I've seen it advertised the most.
I might double dip.
I
Because I'm sure Alexander would love to play with me.
I'll
if
play
it doesn't
with
have
me.
yeah, but so if it has online battle, I'm sure it does.
I'm sure it does. I can't think of it not.
Get the Steam one. The stuff that we covered today.
Yeah.
Silent Hill Townfall, of course.
Yeah.
We didn't cover that. Belmont's Curse, the new Castlevania game.
I think I might, depending on where it's priced at and when it comes out, I think I might let that be my first ever Castlevania game.
Well, I don't know.
Like, I know I should probably start with,
but it's kind of like I'm hesitant with Konami.
Okay, that's fair.
Recently, so just I have recommendations that I can talk to you later about.
Let you play it and then tell me, and then
like the anniversary collections are perfect.
Oh, heard.
I don't know. Like that's it.
That's fair.
That's my list.
As far as my list is concerned, we have one that we didn't really talk about today, but like I'm sure the more I see it, the more I'm going to talk about it. I'm probably going to watch one other trailer of it. Hello guys and welcome. to Editor Max portion of the podcast. Unfortunately, the last couple of minutes, about 10 or 15 minutes or so of our conversation actually got cut. Corrupted files, a different kind of thing. It is what it is. But I just wanted to let y'all know, thank y'all for coming out, watching the podcast. We truly appreciate it. We're going to go live every Sunday on Twitch, and I'm going to try and get it live on YouTube as well, but you can always look forward to the YouTube video the following day on Monday the following. But like I said, thank you so much. If you have any requests or want to talk to us more about games that are near and dear to your heart, or what you were excited from all the showcases, please leave it down in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, and we will see you next Sunday.